Hi, I'm Josh, and welcome to something a little bit different. For those of you that have been watching for a while, you know that I'm the food guy. But, as well as fantastic food, I'm also a massive adrenaline junkie. And recently I had the chance to visit Australia's Gold Coast to see the best theme parks Australia has to offer. So over the next few weeks, as well as the usual food-related stuff, you're going to be seeing videos where I share my thoughts about the various theme parks. Starting with today's video on SeaWorld. Now, SeaWorld wasn't actually the first park that I visited on the trip. So, with that being the case, why am I starting here? You might be asking. Well, it's because they had, by far, the best assistance for disabled guests. At the gate, we were directed to go and see guest services, who were kind enough to offer us complimentary fast pass, making life just so much easier. I don't know if that's their policy when it comes to busier days or if they might do something else, but when I visited, it was a relatively quiet day. But what about the attractions? Well, when you're blind, you're not really going to be interested in the shows. I mean, it's not like I can see them after all, is it? No, for me, it was all about the rides. And while SeaWorld does have a few to offer for younger audiences, I feel like they're probably one ride short for the more adventurous guests that might come to the park. Leviathan, their new wooden roller coaster, is easily the most thrilling ride at the park. With so many twists and turns that it doesn't matter if you're blind or not, you still can't see what's coming next. It's a great ride, although not something you could do too often. Wooden coasters do tend to make a lot of noise and have a bit of a rattle to them. So about 3 rides was the most that I could handle. And one of those was on the backwards facing seats. Personally, I actually feel like this layout isn't well suited to facing the wrong way. Yes, some backwards floater airtime is a lot of fun, it's a cool sensation, but this ride is a lot more focused on lateral G-forces, and it can be pretty uncomfortable if you're not able to really brace yourself going through the turns. A good ride, and the pre-show is certainly entertaining, even if for me it was all audio and no visual. Jet Rescue is the other good ride here. It's a smaller coaster, but the launches really pack a punch, especially that second one. You're already going fairly quick by the time you hit it, and it whips you through some turns not long afterwards to really carry the sensation of speed. That one is something I could have ridden all day long. Storm Coaster, on the other hand, well, I'm just not a fan. Maybe it's my bias knowing it replaced the old Bermuda Triangle ride, which was so much more fun, but there's just nothing to this. It doesn't feel that fast. You don't really get any airtime or any laterals. You do get drenched if you're sitting in the front row like my 2 rides were, but that's about the only plus. And it wasn't exactly a hot day when I visited, so I didn't really appreciate getting that wet. The other thing SeaWorld does have going for it is some decent, if not amazing, food. Their nachos are pretty good, all things considered, although I would have preferred actual guacamole and not just chunks of avocado on the top. But your food options are fairly limited at most theme parks, so I'll take what I can get. Would I go back to SeaWorld if I visited the Gold Coast again? Probably not. At least not unless they're going to build some more rides. But I do recommend it if you've got a family or if you haven't been before. There's a lot to do besides just the rides. Unfortunately, the vision situation sort of means I'm not as interested in the shows and the animal exhibits. Still, it was a pretty good day all in all. And at least the rain stayed away. If you're enjoying what we're doing here at A Blind Tasting, please consider subscribing. Likes and comments are always appreciated. And until next time, you'll see me, but I won't see you.